Hey there, friends. Thanks for checking in. You're looking at a Glock 29 and 10mm, and I have featured this before. I did an interview with my friend Ken. He's with me right now.
How you guys doing?
All right, so he actually has two Glock 29s, and this is a standard Glock 29 that you're going to pick up at your store. Comes right from the factory like this. But the reason for this video is that he has one that is pimped out to the max, and here it is. The custom work was done by Innovative GunFighter Solutions, and I had to say, this has an excellent feel to it. You know, when I picked it up, I didn't want to, you know, I wanted to hit the range immediately, you know, because it has a great feel to it. A lot of improvements. Ken, why don't you go through some of the improvements? We'll talk about this Glock 29.
Absolutely. Well, I had him add the front cocking serrations here, which go all the way around, kind of a fish scale pattern on the top. You can call it just for aesthetics. When I grasp it, I like to grab it from the very top and just rip it backwards, and it does help with that. I also obviously had him add the cut for the RMR, which they moved the rear sight in front of the RMR and added a larger front and rear sight to accommodate, which gives me an absolute co-witness, which is wonderful.
And that is cool. You know, when I took a training class, these guys that had their RMRs, everything co-witness, they blew everybody out when it came to accuracy shooting. I mean, it wasn't even close. So, and a lot of guys are going with the RMR with their carry guns.
Absolutely. It's much easier to pick up a bright red dot, especially in low light, than it is to pick up plain black sights or even white dot sights.
Yeah.
They also stippled the grip for me, their own stipple pattern here, which is pretty basic but works great. And they removed the Bane, the front speed bump there, which made me so happy because of my small hands. They dished out around the mag release there, which makes it nice and prominent, super easy to use.
That's something I'd like to see Glock do right out of the factory. It's such a simple thing, but here it's a much easier way to get to your mag release.
Absolutely. And as everybody who is familiar with the Glock will notice, I also had them change out the trigger. They have their own proprietary trigger, which is a flat front, which I really like, or a flat face trigger. Really smooths out that Glock trigger pull. I mean, it is a great trigger pull.
Hardly any trigger travel at all. Now, I have some experience with this trigger, which is originally what got me interested in Innovative GunFighter Solutions, because I took it to the Glock 19 to the range, and this trigger is outstanding. Like you said, flat face front, does have the trigger bar in there, and it's a bit lighter too, isn't it?
Absolutely, about a pound lighter.
Yeah, so we're gonna put it on the trigger scale pretty soon.
And another improvement that I really like too is the double undercuts here on the trigger guard, which gives a place for my support hand and allows me to get a much higher grip on the pistol itself.
Right, and they also stippled the base plate on the magazine.
Absolutely, attention to detail. That's why I really like this company.
And I tell you what, when you feel this gun, it is outstanding. So what do you say we bring out the weight scale, we bring out the trigger scale, compare this with the standard Glock 29, see what we come up with?
Sounds good to me.
All right, so I've got my trigger scale here. Let's go ahead and pull this trigger. Looking at exactly 5 pounds, which is not bad. The Glock website says 5.5 pounds, but every time I've measured a Glock, it was 6.5 pounds plus. But let's get on the weight scale. Do you think this is going to be lighter than the original Glock 29?
Oh, absolutely.
I do too. Let's do it. Here we have the original Glock 29, which is a Gen 4, and that's weighing in at 26 3/4 ounces, empty mag. And here we have the customized Glock 29, so it's a Gen 3, and that's weighing in at 26 3/8 ounces, but that has the RMR to it.
Yes, and it feels lighter because the weight is further back in your hand, I guess.
Well, that makes sense. All right. So there it is, guys. Customized Glock 29 with the work done by Innovative GunFighter Solutions. What do you got into this?
About 2,000.
All right. Would you do that again?
Oh, absolutely.
This is your carry gun now, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
All right. All right. So there we go.
All right. Well, let's go to the range.
I love it. I love it. If you like videos like this, please subscribe and share. I always appreciate the thumbs up button. Thanks for watching, and you guys be safe.